Scramble pass going to Samuels, right side of the 5, into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolfpack.
A cutback. It's a sprint to the pylon. Touchdown, Matthew Day.
Go, take what you want. Are you ready to hit the fun? Everything you got, man. Everything you got. You got to focus. You got to play with heart.
Here comes the rush. Hennessy throws, picked off by Fernandez at the 30-yard line.
How about that Wolfpack?
The Dave Doeren Show is presented by Coca-Cola. Any down can be the one that changes the game. So try the play where you go big on refreshment. Coca-Cola. Taste the feeling. By North Carolina's electric cooperatives, powering and empowering the people and communities we serve. Your Carolina Ford dealers. Find a great deal on your perfect Ford. Make a connection today at your Carolina Ford dealer. And by Delta, official airline of NC State Athletics.
Darling, I was made for you. Darling, I was made for you. The one thing that is true, darling, I was made for you. I was made for you.
My new friends went online and challenged me to find their perfect match. So, let's see how we did.
We look good together.
I think I'm in love.
Nice job, matchmaker.
Thanks.
With everything Ford has to offer, power and performance, smart technology, and 5-star safety, it's easy to see why Ford is America's favorite brand.
Now, get 0 for 72 on a well-equipped 2016 F-150 or Super Duty.
Make a connection at your Carolina Ford dealer today.
When my heart was failing, these are the hands that used the latest technology and research to save my life.
These are the eyes of my UNC Rex Heart and Vascular team who saw a solution for me when others did not.
These are the minds, hand-selected for their expertise, that saved my wife's heart when she was out of options.
And we are the hearts
that beat strong.
Because of UNC Rex.
Could be through
I think right from the start we came out playing. So I didn't think we didn't take like a second to decide it's time to play and all that. Just right when we came out, we were ready to play. The rain, yeah, we really enjoyed that. I really had fun in it. It was just backyard football. When it's muddy, just enjoyed it.
You know, we had to execute on all sides of the ball, and then every side of the ball was very important. Special teams, offense, defense. You know, then we did well on all sides of the ball. You know, with the rainy conditions, you know, offense really wasn't moving on point. And then we had some big plays that got us momentum, and we just built off the momentum.
Yeah, everybody was getting stressed out with the conditions. I mean, our offense was too, and I could tell that everybody was, and we just got to play through it. Sometimes we was getting stressed out with it too, but we just had to play through it and just keep fighting. And then, I mean, it looks like we came out with the win, so it was good to see.
When you had the opportunity there, that drive, Coach said it was pretty planned out, that was going to be a point in the game where you just take over and run the ball. What were your thoughts whenever it happened, and how did it feel out there given the conditions?
I mean, whenever you go on the field, it always feels good, but whenever the coach is calling my number, I just go out there and do what I'm supposed to do.
Did you expect to be as successful on that drive as you were, 62 yards all told, all you?
I mean, whenever you always dream of or a vision doing great stuff, so that's what I did going into the game. I just visioned myself having a good game, and that's what happened.
This season, NC State football is celebrating the 50th anniversary of Carter Finley Stadium. It was exactly 50 years ago Saturday that NC State hosted its first game at what was known at the time as Carter Stadium against South Carolina. In the 50 years since, more than 14 million fans have streamed through the turnstiles to watch Wolfpack football at the stadium. And Saturday's contest against Notre Dame was the 312th state game played there. The Dave Doeren Show returns after this.
The 2016 Nissan Altima. An IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus. With forward emergency braking that could stop for you. Get to your local Nissan store today. Take on sudden stops. Get to Nissan, proud partner of NC State Athletics.
Darling, I was made for you. Darling, I was made for you. One thing that is true, darling, I was made for you. I was made for you.
Estimating Foxtrot Alpha Sierra Echo Lima. Delta 185, flight control, how do you copy?
Once you get out here, there's just one direction. Forward. One time. Now. And there's just one sound. You and us together, telling the world we're coming for you.
I remember the anticipation and the excitement that everybody had when Carter Stadium was being built, and of course they just dug a big hole in the ground out here, and we saw it just evolve from that into a nice stadium that held 41,000 people. So it was a nice transition from Riddick to Carter Stadium.
And you know, when you play in Riddick, you had to walk to the stadium. You had to carry your pads and your headgears, and you had a halftime room that you went in.
And Earl Edwards was the coach at the time, and he really knew that NC State was probably not going to be very successful unless they got a new stadium.
It was our head coach's, it's what he wanted to do. It was his goal to move out here, and they said it couldn't be done, and we did it.
I think of passionate fans. I think of the tailgating that goes on. I think of the red-white chant from one side to the other. All those things stick in my mind from Carter Finley Stadium.
As I think back, it was the best stadium, the best grass, the best conditions of any place I ever played. So I really enjoyed it.
We were amazed at how it really looked nice, as you can imagine. And in the landscape of stadiums at that time, it was really one of the best in the conference.
We do have a number of dedicated fans and great folks that I'm pleased to see anytime we can schedule a football game.
I mean, I really love the game. I'm not one of those that sits and talks and chats. I really watch the game. I love football.
You know, I would say that if Mr. Finley was here today, that he would be so proud to have his name associated with the stadium.
I can remember the place was so big, and the most amazing thing to me was the number of people that were here. We pretty much had a full house for that first ball game.
To me, and even after my playing days, to come back as a fan, my favorite thing is opening game, a nighttime game. Carter Finley Stadium at nighttime, the setting, the environment, the fans, it was thrilling.
And that's what I love about being here is you're amongst other NC State fans and they get it. They really get the love of being an alumni and of being a part of a group like this.
Loyalty. If you look at some of the surrounding places, when they're winning, they may have a full crowd. When they're not winning, they may have 3/4 or less. NC State always has a full house, win, lose, or draw. They are so loyal and so great.
You know, to see the crowds grow, then see the stadium grow, and the fans, the excitement building with the fans. It's a great place to play. It's a great place to watch a game, and it's just gotten better. I mean, the improvements they've made to the stadium, it is a class place.
If Mr. Finley was here today, he'd probably get a bag of peanuts and dip his hat down and get into watching the Wolfpack play.
When the decision to name Carter Stadium came about, it wasn't because of purchase rights or any kind of personal recognition that the Carter family sought. It was more of a recognition of all the hard work they put in for the university, and it was voted upon to kind of honor them and all the contributions they made to the university.
Playing here at Carter Finley was, I mean, it was an awesome atmosphere. You know, now, many years after, when I talk to other players, they say what an awesome place it is to come and play. The atmosphere, the energy. It's a heck of a place to play, a special place, and one that, you know, became home for me very quickly.
This week's Pack Profile, I'm talking to one of my former teammates, a guy that is coaching safeties here, Clayton White, and you're also co-special teams coordinator. But first of all, we played together in college, played against each other in high school from Irwin, North Carolina, right? That's where Triton is?
That's where the high school's at, but I'm originally from Doeren, North Carolina. So
okay, what's the difference? See, Smithfield, Selma. People are like, you from Smithfield? Yeah. Is that Selma? Is that the same thing?
Well, Doeren is like Smithfield, and Irwin is more like Selma.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So, we're from the same type of place.
Same, very similar.
You're from Doeren, I'm from Smithfield. Okay, so we played against each other in high school.
Yep, we did.
Were we rivals?
We were. I mean, we didn't want you guys to know that you guys were rivals, but you guys were definitely marked on our calendar. It was you guys and Garner. Those are the main ones, and we want to make sure we always beat up on Western Hornet and Hornet Central as well.
Yeah,
and they were in our county, but we were the team.
It was the same for us too.
I got you.
We tried not to make it a big deal, but it was a big deal every time.
A big deal.
So we come here to NC State. Your position, you come in, you're a safety, outside linebacker hybrid. How did you see yourself when you came to NC State?
Well, when I first came here, I was a high school quarterback, so I had to make sure I wasn't thinking of myself as a quarterback first. But that was quick. But I was a safety, and I kind of grew into a linebacker position. I kind of got thrown into the linebacker position in the middle of a game, 97 versus Wake Forest, at Wake Forest. So I kind of just stayed there, and I kind of loved the hit, and I kind of loved the intermixing of the linemen and getting TFLs and sacks. So it was fun. I loved it.
So this hybrid position, Travius Wright, does he have to thank you, like a tip of the cap every time he makes a play?
He doesn't really know that yet, but I think I'm going to have a conversation with him that I was kind of one of the first ones around here that was a DB that got moved to linebacker that can cover. I wasn't as fast as Dre or quick as Dre, but we kind of have some things going on a little bit similar.
You're here at NC State. You know what's weird is having you as a teammate and then seeing you come back here as a coach on the sideline. It's kind of like my dad was a pastor, and they always say, don't go pastor the church you grew up in. I mean, it's good being here, but is it difficult at times?
It's two parts to it. A lot of people who you play with, they only see you as Clayton in the locker room or C. White or whatever nickname they called you, but I'm really Coach White. This is my living. I've been doing it for 15 years, and the other difficult part about it is that being so local, I grew up with a lot of people that are NC State diehard fans, or they hate NC State, and they make comments and they criticize the team and the program, and they'll say it right to my face as if it doesn't affect me and my family. So that's the hardest part to deal with, is coming back home.
I could imagine. You're coaching special teams. You and I, we were special teams dogs.
Yeah, absolutely.
We loved it. Do you start to see some of those guys that want to do that? I mean, you got to play special teams.
Well, special teams starts with the passion of it, as playing it and coaching it. Obviously, we had a great coach here when we played, Joe Pate. We have some players now, me and Coach Faulkner, we kind of topped that off, and we both showed that we love special teams. And so our players as a group, are starting to understand that covering a kick and covering a punt and protecting a punt and blocking for somebody on a return unit is just as important as quarterback position, wide receiver position, and tight end position. That's kind of the model that we kind of got going here.
Cool. And then lastly, you're from here, you coached here, now you're back here.
Yep.
Recruiting NC State as a state, fans love to say, hey, let's put a fence around this place. That's easier said than done. What is it like recruiting this state?
It's difficult. It really is, because you really want to get all the best players that you possibly want from your state. And we have a lot of schools to select from. Well, they have a lot of schools to select from. I mean, you got to pick out the right kid that fits your program. You're going to lose some, you're going to win some. And you have to understand that. And there's a lot of other schools that come in because they see that our top 30 players in the state are really good and can play at a lot of schools. So a lot of people are going to come out here and try to get in our backyard, which is difficult.
Well, Clayton, Coach White. Yeah. See, I'm doing it too. I'm really glad that you're back here coaching.
Man, it's been great to be honest with you.
Well, good, man. Thanks for catching up with me. And this week's Pack Profile, Coach Clayton White.
Now to the NC State record book. In the history of Wolfpack football, 3 players have recorded kickoff returns that have covered the maximum 100 yards, and all 3 are of recent vintage. T.J. Graham scored on a 100-yard return against Boston College in 2008. Then in 2012, Tobias Palmer turned the trick against Wake Forest. Not to be undone, just 1 year ago, Nyheim Hines tallied a 100-yard scoring dash versus Clemson. More of the Dave Doeren Show in a moment.
The 2016 Nissan Altima. An IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus. With forward emergency braking that could stop for you. Get to your local Nissan store today. Take on sudden stops. Get to Nissan, proud partner of NC State Athletics.
Estimating Foxtrot Alpha Sierra Echo Lima. Delta 185, flight control, how do you copy?
Once you get out here, there's just one direction. Forward. One time. Now. And there's just one sound. You and us together, telling the world we're coming for you.
Darling, I was made for you. Darling, I was made for you. The one thing that is true, darling, I was made for you. Oh, I was made for you.
When my heart was failing, these are the hands that used the latest technology and research to save my life.
These are the eyes of my UNC Rex Heart and Vascular team who saw a solution for me when others did not.
These are the minds, hand-selected for their expertise, that saved my wife's heart when she was out of options.
And we are the hearts
that beat strong.
Because of UNC Rex.
From the Dave Doeren Show, we bring you the Coca-Cola calendar. It's time for NC State to hit the road. Wolfpack travels to Clemson next Saturday for a 12 noon contest against the Tigers. With the 12 noon kickoff, Wolfpack Sports Network will begin its pregame coverage at 10 a.m. And don't forget, the Dave Doeren Radio Show will air this Wednesday night. It'll be on from 7 to 8 p.m. all across the state on the Wolfpack Sports Network. As always, the show originates from the Backyard Bistro in Raleigh.
The sixth game of the season, our scouting report takes us to Clemson, South Carolina. Take on the Clemson Tigers. You go down to Death Valley. It's going to be loud. It's going to be a tough environment. A team that played for the national championship last year, well, a lot of it has to do with a couple key factors for them on the defensive and offensive side of the ball. So let's get to it real quick. Defensively, you want to know when they're blitzing and when Clemson is going to run a game. Focus on the strong safety. The strong safety is your teller. Whenever he comes into the box, whenever he gets about 10 yards from the line of scrimmage, you know something's up. But then here's the game they've got going here. We've got a front side dog blitz to whatever they consider the front side play side to be. A lot of times these defensive ends will stand up. Backside linebacker, sometimes middle linebacker, number 10, Ben Bolware, he gets a lot of attention, but no, number 6, Doeren O'Daniel, you see him coming into the picture here. They're going to run a front side blitz, defensive end on the right side up the field, tackle, shooting backside, nose tackle, crossing the center's face. Number 42, strong side defensive end is going strong side. That allows the double A gap area for the two linebackers, a strong side dog blitz, and that's more of a run blitz than it is a passing blitz that they're going to do to try to shut down the running game. All right, now we get to the offensive side of the ball because, you know, the thing about the offense for Clemson, everybody talks about the quarterback Deshaun Watson, Heisman Trophy winner, how good he is. Look, you want to slow down Clemson, you've got to do it with the running game. You got to shut down Wayne Gallman, number 9. Actually, we're going to see him here in this formation. It's kind of a spread formation, no backs in the backfield. Wayne Gallman motions to the backfield, and then the outside receiver starts motioning in. When you see him starting to motion in, you know something's up. That's that jet sweep that they run a lot, okay? But here, they're going to fake that jet sweep across, and then this is their main, it's a trap, kind of a counter-blocking scheme. You have front side tackle blocking down, front side guard blocking down, front side center blocking down. You got a tight end with the seal, and then here we go. We've got a guard that we're pulling into the hole right here. Wayne Gallman right up the left gut. And here's, hey, you got to focus on him. Here he is, but you got to read the lineman. Got to know where those guards are. Read your guards. You're going to be able to find the football. That's some of the best running that we're going to see all season from Wayne Gallman. And there it is, the 6th game. Going to be the Clemson Tigers. That's your scouting report.
The Dave Doeren Show has been presented by Coca-Cola. Any down can be the one that changes the game. So try the play where you go big on refreshment. Coca-Cola. Taste the feeling. By North Carolina's electric cooperatives, powering and empowering the people and communities we serve. Your Carolina Ford dealers. Find a great deal on your perfect Ford. Make a connection today at your Carolina Ford dealer. And by Delta, official airline of NC State Athletics.